回回ってくるので、一覧召し上がってください。今日スープがこれです。
しますね。
This one?
This one? Yeah.
This one?
Okay.
This one? And this one?
This one? Okay.
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
失礼します。ティーでございます。
You can either put your home country or your hometown in France, or you can put like where you live in Brazil, or if you have time though.
Did
Like,
you? Yeah.
The timing was weird. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
By the way, I like your dress.
Thank you so much.
Kind of just a little bit.
Oh. I put it in Portuguese.
Okay, I definitely won't be Google translating that later.
It's okay. It's a nice
I
thing.
could have handled the French, but not the Portuguese.
Oh, that's so nice.
Thank you. I will check it out later and try to piece together.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh, what is it? Germany.
Yeah.
Oh, so nice. You probably have a lot in France already.
Yeah, quite a lot in France. Yeah, there's a little note there. Quite a few notes. Yeah, it's really nice. And there's some people who just come back here after like a few years or something, which is really fun.
I'll do this soon.
Yay,
Planning to
thank
come
you.
back already.
Please do.
Oh, that's so nice.
It's really nice. I like it. This is a girl who came here for our little.
じゃあ、